Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Kickin' It Creative podcast, where we geek out about board games, the mechanisms behind them, and the people who create them. I'm your host, Candace Harris, and I am thrilled to be here today with a very, very, very special guest who flew all the way across the country just to be here today to record. And that is my mother, Thelma Rose Harris. But you have to call her Mama Harris because she's a teacher, and respect your elders, y'all. Respect your elders. Hey, Mom, how are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be here with my daughter.
I am glad to have you here. I know you probably would win the award for most listens to the BGG podcast and this podcast, but also most likely to fall asleep listening to the podcast.
Well, it's because once I hear my daughter's voice, it just is so soothing that it relaxes me so much that I just naturally fall asleep. Just like I did when I read books. You know, books are so relaxing. And so I fell asleep after 5 pages.
And now I'm a part of your nighttime ritual.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was kind of a last minute twist that I decided to ask my mom to be on recording with me for this episode. Because I was like, hey, you know what? I talk about her enough. We play so many games together. So let's just, talk about the games we played together on this trip. And Matt and I got a very special gift too, a surprise from my mom when she arrived at LAX last week. She brought us smuggled Lee's Hoagies from Abington, Pennsylvania.
I don't think you would call it smuggling. The fact is that Candace mentioned that she would love for me to bring her a Lee's Hoagie. And I said, I pretended I couldn't do it. But I found out I was able to do it, and so I did. And I surprised them.
Yes, and we were so appreciative because that is one of the things that we always eat when we go back and visit family in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Lee's Hoagies. That was exciting because they can pack the sandwiches for travel. And yeah, they're very, very delicious.
And heavy.
Yes, her luggage was heavy because she was carrying the sandwiches.
Yes.
But so worth it. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was glad to surprise you.
Well, today we're going to do just an extended fresh plays and talk about some of the games that we've been playing while my mom has been in town with us the past few days. Did we make you play all new games this time?
Yes. Everything was new.
Everything was new, I think.
Everything was new.
That's right. That's right. We're throwing challenges at her this time.
Very challenging.
But what are some of your usual favorites that you've been playing over the years?
Well, I've always liked Skippo.
Skippo, yeah.
And Scout.
Scout, yeah.
Yeah, I love Scout. And, of course, I play Pinochle all the time. And that's really my favorite. And I play Dominoes.
Pinochle, yeah. I've only played Pinochle once, and it was challenging.
Yes.
It was challenging, but it was cool. It was cool.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I love whooping up on people.
And it's a partner game.
It can be, or it can be 3.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And 3 would be Cutthroat Pinochle. But for partners is really good.
Cool.
Lots of fun.
Cool. Yeah, and you didn't even mention Farkle, and you Can't Stop.
Oh, I love Farkle and Can't Stop. And then this new game that we've been playing, Lucky Box.
Super Mega Lucky Box.
That's been lots of fun.
We even, when we went out to dinner, the 3 of us, we loaded up a game with our good friend Tim to play Super Mega Lucky Box on Board Game Arena while we were sitting at the table together. And it was the fastest we've ever played. I mean, it's meant to be a quick game. What do you like about that one?
Oh, the challenge of winning. It seems like I think I'm winning, but it ends up never on top. Maybe once or twice. But As a matter of fact, I won that one with the second game we
played. You had a
played.
beginner's luck win.
Yeah, when Tim won yes.
Yeah.
Yes, after that game, it was all good.
So we're basically in a bracketed tournament of this game at this point because the four of us keep playing and playing. And this was one that I still don't actually have the physical version, but I think it's time because we have such a good time with it. And it's something that, just anybody can jump into because you're flipping. It's almost like bingo, right?
Right. It's so much fun. Yes. I enjoy every minute of it. The challenge of picking the right numbers and getting the combinations and picking the right boards.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
You like the combos.
Yeah.
You like the combos. Cool. Well, okay. We're going to get into talking about family-friendly card games via Fresh Plays. Okay, let's start with Bayou Boss. This is a brand new trick-taking game designed by Simon Weinberg, and I'm pretty sure it's available now. And I was sent a copy of it from R&R Games and Thunderbolt Games, who co-published this one. And it's a must-follow, must-trump trick-taking game with all these different characters that kind of mix it up a bit. It plays with 2 to 8 players. I've played it several times now with 3 and 5 players. So it's a must-follow, must-trump trick-taking game. Because it plays with 2 to 8 players, you are going to kind of build the main deck of cards based on the player count. So maybe in a 5-player game, I think you play with 5 different suits, and you play with value 0 to 12 of those 5 suits. It's very flexible, and I'm pretty sure I've had just as much fun playing it with 3 players as 5 players. So it's cool that it's flexible in terms of how many people you can play it with. But what's going to happen is you're going to get that main deck of cards together, shuffle it up, and also based on your player count, you're going to put a number of ravens in with a random mix of 6 characters. And I forget how many total characters are included.
10.
Okay.
10 characters.
So there are 10 characters. So you're going to randomly take 6 of those and shuffle in a number of ravens based on player count. Mm-hmm. And after you deal those basic cards to everyone, then you're going to shuffle in the characters and the ravens into the deck, and you're going to put cards into the swamp.
And don't forget, don't you need a trump card?
Oh, yes.
You pick the trump card before you put the characters.
Yes, before you shuffle the characters in and the ravens into the main deck, you're going to flip one card to determine what the trump suit is for the round, because that's very important in a must-follow, must-trump trick-taking game. Because if you can't follow whatever the lead suit played is, you have to play the trump suit. And this is a game where sometimes you're going to want to win tricks, but you mostly don't want to because negative points. Each trick you take is worth a point, and points are bad in this game.
Right, because once you get to 12 points, you've lost the game.
Yeah, and who wins once someone gets to 12?
The other people. The other people win.
Not the other people, the person with the lowest amount of tricks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yes, if you're the one that causes the game to end by having 12 points, you've definitely lost. But it is a game that'll have one winner. And after you shuffle in the character cards into the deck, you know what your trump suit is. All the players have their hand of cards for the round. Then you're going to put cards you're just going to reveal a number of cards equal to the player count face up as the swamp. So in a 5-player game, we're going to have 5 cards face up before we start playing the tricks.
Okay. Before we start playing.
And then, so let's say you lead with the trick. You lead blue or something. Whoever wins that trick, take a card. How's the swamp work?
As the winner of the trick, you're the first one to take a card from the swamp. If you have the lowest number, then you'll be able to take 2 cards from the swamp when it's your turn.
Almost. Now you're mixing up the bear market.
Oh, that's
but that's because you played multiple games that have drafting. And so in the Bayou Boss, whoever wins the trick is going to take that trick, and then they're going to take a card from the swamp. But they get dibs on which card they take from the swamp. Then everyone else in clockwise order takes a card from the swamp.
Oh.
So what? No, it's okay. It's common to get games all swirled around when we play so many in such a small amount of time.
Especially when you're 76 years old.
Well, yeah, so then everybody's going to draft a card in clockwise order from whoever won the trick. And in the swamp, you'll start to see some of these character cards. And oftentimes you'll want to get the character cards. And the card that you're drafting, you're putting into your hand. So now that's part of your future trick taking. And then you're going to refill the swamp with the same amount of cards. And whoever won the trick is going to lead the next trick. And I think where it gets spicy is with the characters, right? Which characters did you like?
My favorite character is actually Kingfisher.
The Kingfisher.
Kingfisher, play this card to immediately choose the player who will lead the next trick.
Oh, yeah.
You may choose yourself. So I really like the Kingfisher. And then secondly, I really like the Raven.
Yeah.
The Raven allows you to change the trump card, which is good.
Yeah.
Because you could change a trump card, so that you don't have any trumps.
Yep.
So therefore you get rid of your cards.
And you don't win the tricks. Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. And Bayou Boss has a neat little push and pull, because there are times where you're going to want to win the trick, so you get first dibs on the cards in the swamp, but you want to make sure you have the least amount of tricks at the end of the game.
Right.
And again, it's going to end when either one person hits 12 or more points, or after 4 rounds. And I think every time we've played, it's been somebody hitting 12, or maybe
well, you know what?
Rounds.
Don't forget the tricks. As we are playing the cards, we empty our hands. Everyone has to finish playing the cards in their hands.
Oh, yes. So the round does not end until everyone has played every card from their hand.
Right.
So even at some point, the swamp is not going to fill up, but you still have to play through. And because of some of the character effects, some people have more cards than others.
Correct.
But you had fun playing it?
That was a good game. I enjoyed that one. I think we played it more than once, too.
Oh, yeah. We played this one quite a few times.
Right.
But most of the abilities are positive. But there is one, like the Heron says, when it's played, it's the highest card in the trick, which is basically the winner. So you don't want that one. You don't want the Heron. And on the opposite side, there's a Manatee that says that card becomes the lowest card in the trick. You have the Rats. Mm-hmm. The Rats are cool because when you play the Rats into a trick, number one, you won't win the trick. And even better, you get to take one of the tricks you won and distribute the cards to everyone.
That was awesome. Being able to do that was really great.
Yep. And then there's the Otter. Whoever plays the Otter, they get to be the ones who distribute the cards from the swamp. So lots of fun abilities, and also it's cool because you don't know exactly the mix of which characters are going to be in the game until you play that first round. And I don't know, there aren't a whole lot of must trump games that I've played, but that edge of forcing you to play the trump suit, it can really bite you in the butt, huh?
Yes, it was a very good game. I enjoyed it immensely.
Cool. So that was Bayou Boss. And then, because of the timing of my mom's visit, I found out that Level 99 is about to launch a Game Found campaign on, I think, March 10th for what they're calling, I think, something like the Mega Game Library. And they are releasing 5 brand new games that are all these kind of like family-friendly games. Thank you, Crystal, for sending me or arranging to get me copies of these because I was like, oh, this would be great to play with my mom. So we played 3 of the 5 games that are going to be on this crowdfunding campaign. The first one that we played is called High Noon at Showdown Saloon. So this one was I think this was the first one that we played, and this one can be played with 1 or 2 players.
Oh, right.
I have not tried the solo mode yet, but we had very nice pre-production copies of this game. And this one, instead of cards, you have these like nice tiles, cardboard tiles that are like the size of cards. And thematically, we are in a saloon about to have a showdown. So there are 2 types of tiles in the games. You have
characters,
they're characters, and you have the
duelists.
Well, the duelists are technically just characters face down.
Okay,
on the board,
but you have the bounty.
Yes, and you have bounty tiles.
Bounty, yeah. So placement of the cards make a big difference.
Yes. So what's going to happen is each player is going to get, and this is in the 2-player game, you're going to get 4 character tiles and 1 bounty. I think 4 characters and 1, or it might be 5 characters.
I think it's 5. No,
characters.
Each player draws 5 characters and 1 bounty.
Okay, there he goes. There, you're looking at the rule book. So,
and the last player to watch a Western is to start the game.
Yeah, so that's why I let you start just about almost
I
every
watch
time.
Westerns all the time. Yes.
So this is just a very quick game. Once you know how to play it, at setup, you're gonna put 1 random character face up on the table, and then on either side, or actually on both sides of that character, you're going to put 2 character tiles face down. They're going to be horizontally oriented, and those represent duelists. So at the very end of the game, there's going to be a showdown with those 2 tiles.
Right.
But when you play the game, you can potentially swap out what's there, and you don't know what it is at the beginning of the game because they're face down. But what can you do on your turn?
Depends on, if you have a bounty, the bounty might direct you to switch out one of those duelists, which would be an advantage.
Yep.
But anyway, on your turn, you can take your player card and put it between the duelist and another character card that might be there.
Right.
And you want to match up the numbers because that will help you with your score. So on the side of each card is a number.
Yeah.
Okay. Might have a number, it might not. It might be vertically, it might be horizontally. Anyway, if you can match those numbers and the character is facing you, those are the points that you get. So you want to make sure you do that.
Yeah. So when it's your turn, you're going to be playing characters into this like line of these tiles. Right. And when you play a character, you're going to make it face towards you. And like my mom was saying, there are connections. So on the edges of these different character tiles, it's almost like the bullet chamber of a revolver or something. And if because of where you decide to place a character, those revolver barrels line up, you get to add up those points and score them at the end of the game. That is one of the main sources of your points, is to make these connections. And of course, all the characters have abilities, right? They have effects that trigger when you play them.
Right. And don't forget the bounties can make a big difference in your score as well.
Yes.
Because the bounties have numbers on them. So you'll be able to take advantage of those numbers for your points.
Yeah, and the bounties are something that'll be like an end of game scoring condition. Like you attach them to another character. So it'll be like, oh, whichever character this is attached to, if they are connected to, or if the character is facing you, you'll get 2 points or something.
Or you can change the direction of a character.
Yes.
If the attached character is part of a chain with at least 4 characters, you can score that tile. So it gives you directions like that.
Yeah, and everybody starts with 1, but because of the other character effects, like sometimes, like our last game that we played, I let you draw a bouncy tile at some point with a character that I played, and you're always placing characters within those two duelist cards that are on either side of the far right and far left.
In between the two duelists.
Yeah, and you could put it in between any character that you want. But the other thing to note with when you play a bounty on a character is you trigger that character's ability. So let's say, my mom played some character that had a cool ability. If I have a bounty that I want to play on that same character, even though the character's facing her, I can do that and I will trigger that character's effect and I will be like in control of that effect.
Right.
The game ends once there are 9 face-up tiles between the characters and the bounty tiles. Mm-hmm. And then you score it up based on those connections. And also you check your bounties. But then comes the showdown. And you flip those 2 duelist cards.
Right.
And whichever one has the most bullets at the top wins.
I lost the game because of that. The duelist.
Yes, because I ended up playing. So on your turn, you can either play a character, play a bounty, or play a character tile face down as a duelist. And when you do that, because remember at the beginning of the round or the beginning of the game, you don't know what those 2 duelists are. So if you want to make sure that your duelist is better than your opponent's, your duelist is on your right and your opponent's duelist is on your left. So you flip them over. And yes, in the last game we played, I ended up swapping out both duelists, making sure that mine was the strongest.
Yes.
And I won the showdown. And I won the game, actually.
Yeah, you won the game because we had 11 points each.
Yeah.
And the duel
gave me 5 points.
Gave me 5 points. And the thing about the duelists is that they have indications on top of how many points they are. So it could be 3 to 5. So, and she had 5 and I had 2.
Yeah.
So I lost on that.
Bummer. But 2 episodes ago on the podcast, I was talking about multi-use cards. These are basically like multi-use cards that are tiles, technically, because they have the connections on them. They have an effect.
Right.
They have a value for what their strength is in this showdown and everything like that.
And they're nicely built too.
Yeah.
These will last for a while because they're nice and sturdy.
Yeah, and the art is cute. The production is really nice. All of these games come in these like small magnetic boxes, and they have cute artwork, and they play quickly. And this is like, we were playing a pre-production copy of the game, so it might be even nicer when it's all said and done.
And it looks nice. The box looks nice. I mean, it would draw you in. It looks so good. And, I need to figure out how to play this one because it looks so nice.
Yeah, Western cats in a saloon.
Yeah, yes.
High Noon at Showdown Saloon is so quick, and it's just 2 players. So we probably technically played that one the most. But second most, we played a little game called
Bear Market.
Yes.
Bear Market. 2 to 5 players.
Yes, and this is a game where you have a big deck of cards that have different foods, mainly, that bears need to hibernate. You're going to get a hand of cards, I think 6 cards, and then you're going to pick 2 cards out of your hand to bid on a market of cards that you're going to draft. So this was another drafting game that we played, and
this is the one I got mixed up with.
Yes, this is the one you got mixed up with because you do a snake draft. So everyone's going to pick 2 cards and put them side by side. And once everyone's done that, you simultaneously reveal them.
Yes.
And then you're going to look to see who has the highest number. And they're going to get to take 1 card from the market.
Right.
Then the next highest. And then let's say we're a 3-player game. Then the lowest is going to get to take
2 cards.
Yes.
And then after the lowest, and then we go backwards and take out the rest of the cards.
Yep. And that's called a snake draft. And so when you take those cards from this snake draft, you're going to place them in a tableau in front of you that is going to be part of your scoring. And there are all sorts of different cards. What do we have? Honey. We had, what do bears want?
Baskets.
Yeah. Apples,
fish and
berry,
apples.
yeah. All the stuff that bears want to hibernate.
Yeah.
So each round, every player is going to be taking 2 cards and adding them to their tableau. And there's a suit of cave cards.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what happens when you bid with the cave cards?
It tells you what to do.
Yes, there's an effect, right?
It's an effect. Before your first draft, discard a card from your score area is one of the possibilities.
Yep.
And another thing about this, there are 10 different suits.
Yes.
So to win the game, to end the game, you have to have one of each suit. Someone has to have one of each suit.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's one thing you have to look at.
So it's a game where you can rush the ending by trying to get that suit diversity. But let's talk about how the scoring works after you take these cards. And now a word from our sponsor, Mighty Boards. Take on the role of seafaring temple builders in ancient Greece, raising mighty stone temples dedicated to the gods of Olympus and vying for dominance in the Aegean archipelago. Guide your ship, raise your temples, and lay claim to the island's glory in For the Gods. From the designers behind award-winning games such as Undaunted Normandy, Mandala, and War Chest. For the Gods is a fast-playing strategic area control game for 2 to 4 players where you'll sail your boat around Greece, stopping at different harbors to build new temples and elevate your existing temples. Along the way, you'll collect god stones and unleash their divine powers at the right moment to trigger powerful effects. At the end of the game, you'll claim glory tokens from having the tallest temples on the islands, and whoever has the most glory wins the game. For the Gods is easy to learn, has a stunning table presence, and each game presents different challenges and opportunities thanks to the 12 unique god powers and the variable scoring setup. For the Gods is being crowdfunded on Kickstarter through March 10th, so be sure to check it out so you can get your hands on a special limited edition of the game, grab some super cool deluxeified components, and there's also a free Kickstarter gift for all backers. Thanks to Mighty Boards for sponsoring this ad. Now let's get back to kicking it creative.
Okay, then this is the fun part. Because if you have more than one card in a suit, there are little icons on each card that if you have 4 of those icons or little indicators.
Yeah, they're the value of
they're values. Yeah. If it's 4 or more, you'll be able to score with the highest card of that collection of that suit that you have.
Yep.
Okay, if not, it will always be the lowest card.
Yes.
And if you have multiple cards.
Right. Because if you just have one card, your lowest is that one card.
That one card, yes.
So it's one of those games where ideally I only have one apple card and it's the 8. Because the 8 is the highest in this game, I think. But yeah, there are 10 different suits. And because of the drafting, it's again a game where you don't necessarily always want to go first, because sometimes it's better to be the last one so you can get 2 cards. Because if you do have the highest card, you're going to get stuck with something that's left over after the snake draft.
Oh, I won this game a lot, didn't I, Candy? I think I won quite a few times. I think I won quite a few times.
But we've also played this one with 3 players, a couple times 3 players, and 1 time 5 player. Because you're doing the simultaneous bidding for cards, it is another, relatively quick game that's easy to get into and lots of different ways you can kind of strategize. And it's almost like a 6 Nimit where you remember 6 Nimit where you play a card and then everybody reveals, and then sometimes one of the rows busts. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like sometimes you might be trying to have the lowest, and like there was one round where we all had bids that were in the 80s, and you just never know what other players are going to do once you see that market of cards that you're able to take. But you're right, if you get multiple cards, then you're going to try to get more so you can make sure you score your highest and not your lowest.
Right.
But that was fun.
It was a fun game, and it
Cute
looks
theme.
as cute, and the color is very colorful.
Yep.
You know, well, actually, as colorful as bears can be. But it's very nice. It's fun. A very fun game.
Yep. So that one is Bear Market.
Bear Market.
And then the other one that we played of this set is
Muffin.
Muffin's Kitchen. Now, this one we only played once, and some of us had some challenges with the strategy.
Yeah.
And maybe that was on me as the teacher. This one plays with 2 to 5 players as well. And it's a game where I think you're cat chefs on like a cooking show, and you're making muffins. Basically, you are fulfilling recipes. And the game comes with, I don't know, a stack of these like recipe cards that are double-sided, and you're going to put 5 of them out on the table, and they're basically like, make something that uses 4 of the same type of ingredient.
Oh, yeah.
Or make something that uses all of the same number ingredients.
Yeah.
And you have different ingredients that have a number value. I think most of them are 0 to 12 or 1 to 12. Nowadays, all the games are blending together.
Yeah.
But
very
you have all
tough.
these different recipes, you have all these different ingredients, and each round you're going to simultaneously, kind of like Yahtzee style, craft your hand of cards to then bake one of these muffin recipes.
Right.
And when you bake a muffin recipe, you add up all the cards that you played that go into that, and you mark on that recipe like, okay, I had 24. Each of these recipe cards has random scoring tokens for first place, second place, third place, depending on player count, more than that. So you are competing against other players. There are sometimes, because the scoring tokens, the ribbons come out in different orders, there's sometimes where second place is better, is more points than first place. So you're essentially fulfilling recipes. You didn't have as good of a time with this one, did you now?
This one was very challenging for me because it seemed like the other 2 players kept getting these high scores. I couldn't figure out which one goes where, and it was very challenging for me.
Yeah.
And I got lots of cards in my hands, and I didn't know which ones to put together. But, you know, I'm the only one who had trouble with it.
Yeah, that's why I think, you know, maybe because you're a guest here, I'll say I will explain the rules differently next time, depending on my audience. But each round, and again, this is like a pre-production copy, so maybe there's still some dev going on. But each round, you are gaining 6 new ingredient cards. So as the game progresses, your hand is going to grow. And where Matt and I were like, okay, you know, you look at your hand of cards, you look at the recipes that you haven't done anything on, and you're like, okay, I have enough cards for this. And one thing I didn't mention is when you're simultaneously, you get to search.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you can search for. I never knew what to search for.
So you can discard up to 3 cards.
And I would always pick the lowest number cards, which was not a good strategy.
Yeah. So I think you got a bit overwhelmed by having so many cards and also not understanding how to maybe focus on one thing.
Right.
Yeah. There was some confusion with that one, but that's Muffin's Kitchen. It's cute. This game and Bear Market both have that simultaneous play where we're all going through and searching and kind of crafting our hand, and then we bake stuff in turn order. Yes. And there are 6 rounds, but 5 recipes that you'll play with. So that gives you the opportunity to kind of revisit your score on one of those recipes.
Right.
That was the other one that we got to play, which is called Muffin's Kitchen. There's another one that Level 99 sent me that's called Death Strikers. We didn't get to this, and also I don't know if it would be my mom's jam. It says the most awesomest death battlist card game is here. And then the one that I don't think they had available when they sent it to me is called Anito Wish Granters. And this is something with where you're doodling and decoding the doodles. So anyway, they cute games, you know, very family friendly, very easy to get to the table. I think most of these I was like, hey, sit down, I'm going to read the rules, and we just jumped right in.
Yes, they all look very nice. It makes you want to try it.
Yeah. Nice art.
The box, the nice artwork.
Very inviting.
Nice. Yes, very
right?
inviting, yes.
Cool. And since we're talking about ingredients, another family game that we played, and this one we only played 2 players, so it's called Wild Avocado.
I like that one, yes. It was lots of fun.
And this one, you basically shuffle this deck that has, again, ingredients, but these cards are so cute.
Yes, they are.
To the point where I hate mayo. I cannot stand it. It's like my nightmare food, if we even want to call it a food. And there's a mayo
bananas,
card.
That and bananas.
Yeah, well, I don't hate bananas as much as mayo.
Oh, okay.
I don't like avocados either, but but these cards have all these cute ingredients, and you have these cute dishes, and even the little mayo card look cute. There, I said it. The mayo card look cute.
Yes, they do.
But this one is played out a little bit differently because each player gets a hand of 7 cards. You shuffle the whole deck, and the deck has ingredients, dishes, and a few action cards.
Action card. Very few action cards.
Very few. I think there were 3 of them.
Yes.
And on your turn, you're trying to basically kind of play melds. Either play a dish with as many matching ingredients as you have, or if there's a dish that's already played on the table, you can add a single ingredient to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have these action cards that can be played to make you pass cards to other people. And your goal is to get rid of your cards first.
Right. And I could not get rid of these ingredients because my daughter held on to the main dish that had, and I had all the ingredients for it.
Yeah, and then I won by playing that dish with no ingredients.
With no ingredients, because they were all in my hand. But I like that game, and it was lots of fun.
Yeah, it's cute, but I think I want to try it with more players, because I think the dynamic will be a little more interesting with more players. But this is a game that a friend of mine, I think Ross Resnick, designed with his children, and
definitely well made for children.
Yeah, so I think this one's available on
6+. Ages
6+. Yep, very, very good for younger kids.
Yes,
and again, very cute. Anytime a mayo card is going to get me to say it's cute, it's got to be cute.
The kids would really enjoy this, especially because of the characters.
Yeah,
everything looks so nice and bright.
Yeah.
And fun, you know?
Yeah.
Very easy game to play.
Sushi rolls in there, hamburgers, salads, smoothies, and everything. And it's called Wild Avocado because
it had the avocados are wild.
Yep. Yep. So you can mix in avocado to any ingredient. Yeah. So that was another little ingredient game that we played today. And we had our dear friends Tim and Adam over one day a couple of days ago over the weekend, and got to play some games with them. Tim taught us a game called Draftosaurus. This is a game where everybody is kind of making a little dinosaur park.
Right.
And you have all these little dinosaurs, and we're drafting again.
Right.
You remember how it works?
Oh, yeah. You start with these dinosaurs, 6 of them, and you draw these dinosaurs without looking in the bag. Mm-hmm. Okay, the 6 dinosaurs. And then you place one at a time, and then you pass the other ones to the next player.
Yep.
So you have to keep passing, and then you place a dinosaur, and the object is to fill in certain spots to gain certain points. So if you have the dinosaurs in one of the spaces where you have to have all of the same dinosaurs.
Right.
And the more you have, the higher your
points
point.
you get.
And then there's one where you have all different dinosaurs.
Yep.
And that, again, scores according to the number of dinosaurs you have.
Yep. Yep.
And there are several other spots.
Do you remember how you know where you can place the dinosaurs?
Yeah, we roll a die.
Yep.
And on a die, it tells you either place the dinosaurs in the area where the bathrooms are.
Yeah.
Or place them where the park area is.
Yeah.
Or place them where
in the forest.
The forest.
Yeah.
Right. The forest. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also we should mention that Tim pimped out his copy of this game with these little like Altoid tins.
Yes.
So every time you draft your dinosaur and place it, then you hand somebody a tin with all of the other dinosaurs.
Because he said before he got to tins, you would just hold the dinosaurs in your hand and pass them.
Yeah.
So he thought this would be more efficient and more fun.
And it was. It was. That was my first time playing it, and I love all the little different colored wooden dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a cute game. That's Draftosaurus. We also played Shady Lady, which is one that Taylor brought up on the episode 5 of the podcast that he told us about. And I have since, thank you, James Nathan, played it several times. And I'm a shady lady. Like, I win this game so much. I don't know how, but this one, everybody gets a hand of 3 cards. And you are, on your turn, either going to do one of 2 things to kind of reshape the 3 cards in your hand. Like, you can draw a card from the deck, and then you discard one. Or, after players have their own discard piles, you can always take a card from someone's discard pile, including your own, and then you discard a card. And what you're trying to do
is build the highest hand that you can get.
Yes, but you don't want to get caught with it, because if somebody says Jack and they're suspicious that you have a scoring hand, they can call Jack and you have to reveal your hand. And if they're right, they get a point. But if you bluff and make it seem like they're like you have something but you don't, then you get a point if you can get someone to call Jack on your turn.
Well, actually, they aren't points. They're little discs.
Poker chips,
they're
kind of.
Poker
yeah,
chips,
they're like...
right. And so once you get 3 of them, you win the game.
Yep. So,
yeah. This was a fun game, too.
And this is by the people who made Nana. I can't remember if you played Nana.
I don't remember.
It's like kind of a Go Fish style game where you're actually very, very similar feel. Very similar feel. But
like Candace said, it's a trick-taking game. So you could have a sequence of 7, 8, 9, or you can have 3 of a kind. And 3 of a kind always beats a sequence.
Yep.
So you have to learn that the different plays, which ones win.
Yep. Correct.
So
and it's technically not a trick-taking game. It's just a card game. But yeah, you're making those sets.
You're making
either
a
3 of a kind or the
kind.
Sequence or the run. Yeah.
Right. And you win. Like 3 of a kind, 3 2s would be beaten by 3 3s,
yep.
3 4s, etc. And the same thing with the runs, 6, 7, 8 will be beaten by 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you know why 6 was afraid of 7, because 7, 8, 9. I had to bring that up.
All the dad jokers out there are probably giggling right now.
But it's a fun game. I like Shady Lady.
Shady
Lady.
And then it's like, if you think you have a hand that's better than anybody currently, then you on your turn can try, which sometimes it works out. Then you would reveal what you have. And then everyone in clockwise order gets the opportunity to beat you. Mm-hmm. And there's always one. Tim. But yeah, Shady Lady is pretty fun. Yeah, nice and light.
I like that.
And then a couple more that we played. We played Zuuupa. Zuuupa is a new version of a Reiner Knizia game that was originally trendy. And then I think there was like a Whale Riders card game or something like that. Who we all know, like Reiner Knizia's games often get lots of re-implementations, reskins. And so I think Zuuupa is the newest version of trendy. It's a light card game where whoever's leading or starting is going to play a card on the table and kind of declare what kind of soup they want to make. So, like, maybe you put a pumpkin card out,
right.
And every pumpkin card in the deck is a value of 6. So, if then the next player plays a card, they can play a pumpkin if they have it, or they could play something else. Maybe the next player says, no, I want to make a tomato soup.
Yeah.
So they play a tomato card. Well, tomato is only a 4 value, so all you need is 3 other people to put in a tomato card. Or there was also one that was a double, too.
Right,
I think there were some cards that are doubles, and then you have some cards that can basically eat the ingredients.
Right.
So kind of cancel it.
So when you play the cards, you could encourage people to play what you want the ingredients to be.
Yeah.
And then if you get all of those, if you get the number that you need, you score, and you each get the card, and that's a point. Those are points for you.
Yeah, so you want to get in on earning points on the soups that are going to be made.
Right.
And definitely you can screw your friends over or whatnot with the
Don't
soup.
play that one. No, come on. Let's do this pumpkins.
Yeah, and I have an old copy of Trendy. So now, which I had never played, but now I will play this one because it's the same game, except you're doing something with like fashion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll have to try that one.
That was a good game.
Another one that you just played for the first time today, that's same designer,
Woohoo!
Reiner Knizia.
Yes.
And it's No Mercy.
No Mercy.
Yeah.
That was a great game to play. You know, all you have to do is put out those cards according to what you like, and then determine who wins.
Well, there's a little more to it. There's a little more to it because it's a push your luck game where you are, on your turn, you're going to be flipping over cards one at a time, and there are cards numbered. The ones that are numbered 1 to 5, I think there are 11 copies of each card. And then for 6 to 10, there are only 7 copies. Uh-huh. And your risk of busting is based on you revealing the same number that you already have showing once you've revealed or taken 3 cards. If you have 3 or more cards and you decide to keep going and flip a card you already have the same number,
then you bust.
You bust.
So you get 3 cards originally without busting. It doesn't matter if you have the same card. But once you get the 3 cards, if you turn over a 4th card that's already turned over there, then you bust.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful. It's no mercy. It's like you're taking a chance.
Yes.
You know, it's a chance, really a chance that you take. And then when it comes back around to you, and don't forget, you're able to take other people's cards.
Yes.
If they have a number that you like, you could take their card and put it with yours. And if your cards end up, and when your turn comes around again, those are your points. You
lock them in.
Lock them in.
Yes. Yeah. So you basically, assuming you don't bust, those cards stay on the table, but other people can potentially take them from you
and lower your points.
Yeah, and lower your points. And this game is nowadays, if you check BGG, it's called Fruit Fight. CMYK did a new version in their Magenta series from 2025, but we were playing the No Mercy version from 2022, I think, Mandu Games. And it's a very, if you like Flip 7, this is like, it'll scratch that same itch. And every time we break it out, we always have fun, no matter how many players we play with.
A fun game.
Yep.
Very fun.
So that is No Mercy.
No Mercy.
And the last game that we're going to talk about is another one that you loved.
Yeah.
And this is a game called Down Up.
Down Up.
Down Up is by the same designer as
Scout.
And you love Scout. So
I love Scout.
I suspected you were going to enjoy this one. Tell us about the cards.
Oh, they're very colorful. Oh my goodness, there's so many different colors. The cards are numbered on both sides. Okay, so when you take up your hand, you can only have your cards one way. You cannot turn them upside down because the numbers are on both sides. But look how colorful. You got purple and green and lime.
Yes.
But anyway, you want to put your cards together and try to win the trick.
You're trying to get rid of your cards.
You want to
first.
get rid of your cards first. And sometimes you might have to take somebody else's card. The plays are, number one, you could either play
onto the table,
a pair onto the table or something. And the next one you could add to somebody else.
Add a single card to somebody else's meld, we'll say.
And then you could take somebody's hand and turn it up, put it in your hand and turn it upside down.
Yeah, not their hand, but their cards that are on the table in front of them. Yeah, you could pick them up.
And finally, the fourth thing you could do is rotate your hand all together.
Yes.
Which changes the number, your values that you have.
Yes, yeah. So this is a really fun shedding game where, unlike Scout, you can't rearrange the cards in your hand.
Right, but this one
you can rearrange them, you just can't flip them.
Right.
But every time you pick up cards from the table, either because somebody beats one of your combinations, you'll have to pick them up. You always flip them before taking them into your hand.
Right.
This is also a shedding game that I've loved since I first played because there's no pass. And also I find it interesting that you can have different number melds on the table. So let's say, for example, that my mom starts things off and she plays a pair of fives. And everything in this game is same number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. There are no runs or anything. So it's all same of a kind.
Right.
Right? And then so if my mom plays 2 cards, that means if I want to play 2 cards, I have to play a 2-card combo that's higher. That beats hers. But if there's no single card on the table, I can play any single card. Or I can play 3 of a kind.
Right.
And so things get very interesting because if I play a single card, let's say my mom had a pair of 3s, I play a single 8, then it's Matt's turn. Matt can add an 8 to my 8, turning it into an 88, which is going to force my mom to pick up those cards. Right. And so there are all sorts of little fun little shenanigans you can pull. And sometimes you want people to beat your combo so you can flip those cards and get something better into your hand.
A better combo, right.
But once one player goes out, meaning they've played all the cards from their hand, the first player that does that gets 2 points. And then the other players continue playing until one other player goes out, and then they get 1 point. And you play round after round until one player has 4 points and they win the game. And it's great.
It's a great game, but I did not win.
To your defense, we only got to play it once.
Yes, I really enjoyed that game also.
Yeah, and this is
one of my favorites.
Yes, and the original version of this game is called Revolve. Revolve released at one of the Tokyo game markets. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before at some point, but it came in this very small little pack. It almost looked like a pack of a gum or something. And so now we have a new version, and it was hard to get because, it was available at the Tokyo game market.
Okay.
And, unless you can import it or something, you couldn't really get it. But one of the Asmodee studios picked it up, and so this is going to be available sometime this year, maybe now. And it is, it's just a really, really fun climbing shedding game.
Yes.
I don't know that I love the name Down Up, especially because you'll look at the box and it looks almost like a D.
It looks like up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to probably cause some confusion. But trust us, the game is really fun.
Yes.
And I got a pre-production copy of this way back at Essen, and I was not allowed to talk about this until, I think February 20th. So.
Okay.
So, yeah. And that was
another good game.
Yeah. Which one did you like the best?
Actually, this one is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I like Scout.
Yeah.
No Mercy is good too, but this one is Down Up is actually my favorite.
Cool.
And I like Wild Wild Avocado. I can't pick between those. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for recording with me.
Oh,
thank you
you're
for
welcome.
coming to visit. Thank you for being one of my biggest supporters
Absolutely.
and fans.
Absolutely. I love my daughter, and she does such a great job with these games. I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You've been listening to the Kickin' It Creative podcast, produced and edited by Candace Harris. Special thanks to Matt Fonda for editing and mixing our music. Be sure to visit us on the web at kickinitcreative.com and on YouTube for even more Kickin' It Creative content crafted by Candace. Thanks for listening and happy gaming!